Okay, so the reason you're not looking at my face right now, or I don't have a camera or an A-roll, whatever you want to call it, is I came to a conclusion that, hey, maybe actually, I have a bad setup. I really do. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to be working on that. But for now, you can just listen to that crispy, beautiful voice. And yeah, get it into today's video. It's been some time. How's it going anyways? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all great. If you like that video, press on that like button, subscribe. But enough of the housekeeping. Today's video are looking at my gaming PC build. Now, this PC build I believe I finished building somewhere in December or maybe January. I cannot remember, but I paid around $550 to $600-ish, which you can call it pretty expensive, when you compare it to my gaming PC build guides that I make, but simply because I haven't found a lot of great deals at that time, and I just wanted to get my PC as quick as possible. I wanted to get a Ryzen 5600X and an RTX 3070 instead, but both of these parts actually you couldn't easily find them anywhere before even like crypto mining become a thing. That's why I settled on these budget-friendly parts. So without wasting any more time, let's get to the parts. The CPU, we're looking at the trusty Ryzen 3 3100. I really hated this CPU given the performance. Like, it's not as fast as the i3 10100 from Intel, nor as fast as the Ryzen 3 3300X that you couldn't find anywhere and you still cannot, and it's not even as fast as something like a Ryzen 5 1600AF, where in some cases it's better. But for now, actually the Ryzen 3100 is better because it's got better IPC, and IPC means that it's got better single core performance, and this will be more beneficial in games that needs strong IPC when you compare it to the 1600AF, which was for 85 bucks, I believe, somewhere in 2020. I just got it because I wanted to have a CPU that I could hold on to until I could find the Ryzen 5600X for a cheaper price, and this one didn't disappoint for the things that I'm doing. I don't usually do a lot of gaming, but I feel like my PC have got pretty much snappier. But even though I don't have an SSD, later on this video I will explain why I don't have an SSD, but yeah, it feels snappier, faster. Video editing has been so fast compared to what I had, which was like a second gen i5. So yeah, it's a really good upgrade given it's only like $100 for a CPU. As for the board, we have a Gigabyte B550M DS3H. Now, what I had in mind is a board that's Ryzen 5000 series compatible out of the box, or maybe I could just update the BIOS in the future. The thing is, I didn't go with a B450M because AMD has put a lot of weird stuff around B450M and Ryzen 5000 series compatibility at the time. I was so afraid that the B or the 400 series motherboards, the Ryzen 5000 series CPUs drop, we will hear like some news, oh, there are some bugs that doesn't allow Ryzen 5000 CPUs to run on the B450M boards. So I just you know what, I have the money, why not get a B550M, maybe go with like a 5900X in the future. And what I also thought, hey, I can use RAM frequency higher than DDR4 3600, no problem, and PCIe Gen 4, even though it's not a crazy thing, but if I'm going to do an NVMe Gen 4 SSD in the future, it will handle it. But nevertheless, it actually looks good. It's in black, so yeah, $100 or maybe $90 for this board is I cannot call it a steal, but it's not bad. As for the RAM, what I'm using right now as 16 gigs of Crucial, 2 8GB sticks, DDR4 2666 MHz RAM. I overclocked that one to 2933. Was pretty easy, literally didn't take me over like 20 seconds, assuming that I would go with like a higher end CPU in the future, which is 2 8GB sticks, Crucial, 3600 MHz RGB RAM. These ones look really good, and I got them on Black Friday for like $70. Was a great steal, really. I really like it. I can't wait to get like a higher end CPU and a GPU, even though it's gonna take a lot of time to get this RAM up and running. It's gotta look pretty good, and yeah, 16 gigs is more than enough for me. As for the storage or the hard drive, I'm gonna explain why I don't go with an SSD, or why I didn't. Simply because Windows takes up a ton of space, really ton of space. So if I went for like a 240GB SSD, these 240GB space is gonna be filled up pretty fast. So I just, I ignored it. I went with a hard drive, and I decided later on, in the future, I might go with a 1TB SSD right out of the bat, and I'm having like a 3TB hard drive because I have a really big game library, and I don't care that much about SSDs anyways. So yeah, looking at the juice, the GPU, the RX 570, I got that one for roughly 110 to 120 bucks. At the time it's actually expensive, but right now it's a really good price for an RX 570 given what's going on in the market right now. But fuck the market right now, really. Anyways, I've never complained with that GPU. It was pretty good. I run any game I want. I haven't played Cyberpunk yet, but hey, I don't know how it's gonna run. We're gonna see in the benchmarks, but 4 gigs of VRAM is all what I want, and I really cannot complain for what I'm doing. I'm usually like doing some light gaming, Fortnite. I could run it at 144 FPS, some dippings here and there, not a problem for me anyways, or it shouldn't be a problem for anyone anyways. Gets the job done, 110 bucks, and I like it very much. Now we are gonna look at the other parts pretty quick. The power supply, a generic 500 watt power supply. I don't even think it's a 500 watt one, but it's running my PC pretty fine because it's pretty power efficient. It doesn't consume over like 200 to 250 watts. I cannot give you the real number because I don't know it, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't consume a lot of power. Case, I'm looking at the Thermaltake V200. I don't like it that much, to be honest. So yeah, I just don't like it, bro. It's kind of heavy. It doesn't have the greatest features in it. It's just a normal case, you know, just metal, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, paying $70 on that, it's not doing it for me, you know? And if I went back in time, I get it because it was like for 40 bucks or not 40, 55 to $60, but I would cheap out on the case if I went back in time actually, because I feel I got ripped off, you know. And I believe that's it for the PC parts. I'll leave you with the benchmarks, so enjoy, and I'll see you after that.
Love is love is love is love is
So that's been it, guys. If you like that video, press on that like button. This would help me a lot if you actually press on that like button and subscribe. See you in the next one. Let me know what do you think of that video. Do you want to see more gaming PC builds of that kind? And given a gaming PC build guide on how to build a PC, I'll do it on another gaming PC because really this case was really bad. And yeah, peace.